That was fast as fuck. It says welcome back, but it didn't start, so I guess it saved the fact that I made a file? Like a long time ago? Let me... Okay. Okay, so while this thing is doing its whole tutorial on how to play the game, which is, I mean, for the most part, pretty simple, I want to explain why I'm doing this. Reason number one, you can record any type of game in the world ever, so it doesn't matter that I'm doing this. Tower defense game, who cares? You don't need to judge me over it. Two, it's laid back, and it's kind of what I need right now. So, like, I tried 2 other games to record and all that, and I really wasn't feeling them, and I don't want to force myself to record something and then be like, oh, I guess that'll do. I'd rather just do something. So if I'm not feeling it, I'll just stop trying to force myself and play something else, you know? This is one I've been wanting to do for a while. It's just, I know it's one of those that, well... Jankovic makes fun of the idea that NCS did it. As to where, I could give a shit less. It's a fucking game. So there you go. We're not gonna really talk about the details of the game in specific right now, but I've been a fan of this game since 2010? So a few years now. I got Lindsay into it, there's that. I'm about to sabotage these cats for fighting on my bed, though. This is unacceptable right now. But yeah, alright, so pretty much what I'm trying to get at right now is, if this isn't your thing, that's fine. I get it, I can't force you to do anything, but... One sec. I gave them a warning, because there's a lot of jingle jangles going on. But, alright, so yeah, there's not going to be really too much to watch in terms of actual things. There's not going to be too much to... Why did it do that? I didn't tell it to do that, but it did that. Okay. Have fun, matey. Yeah, there's not going to be too much to watch. There's not going to be too much to say. So pretty much, this entire series of videos is just going to... You can use it as background noise if you want. That's fine. I don't care if you're a fan of my videos. There's that. There is things you can look at. It's just... This isn't exactly flashy eye candy the game. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. Just because it's easy for me to tune out doesn't mean you guys have to deal with it as well. But yeah, it's just gonna be like a really laid-back series is essentially what it is. One thing I wish that this game had was, because in Plants vs. Zombies 2 they have a fast-forward button, and if I could just turn that on, I feel like this could go a lot quicker. But it doesn't, so fuck it. I'll just do my best to try and make this as entertaining as possible. It's, again, essentially just gonna be me talking about bullshit for the most part. Since we should talk about the proper game itself, though, tower defense, zombies, where's the flags? Right down here? This is weird. This is like the first game I've ever LP'd using a proper mouse, because I didn't use a mouse in Doom, because using a mouse for a first-person shooter is stupid. Collect sun, sun turns into energy, energy turns into things which you can use to plant, you just defend your own life. That's pretty much all there is to it, and yeah, right now it's pretty simple. 3 lanes, these 2 will open up so we can get an extra lane, but it wants to introduce us to all the basic mechanics first. So, it's gonna be pretty simple, and yeah, a lot of it's like, hey man, try it out and figure it out. But, what are we trying to say here? It's set up pretty well is what I'm getting at, I guess. They do a good job with an unspoken tutorial, but at the same time it's pretty slow paced at the start, so I also want to try something with this, because since these videos are going to be so, I'm just going to say strange, random, whatever, I had this idea where I can make, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a decently long series, I can make every single letter of the alphabet into like the name of a part. So I know there's a series of books that use something similar. It's like A is for autopsy or something like that. So that's, I guess you could say, inspiration, but I didn't think of it when I was thinking. I was just like, oh, what could we use? And yeah, so I'm gonna get all the, I want to hit all 26 letters, and then after that I'll be like, well, fuck, now what? I might push these videos maybe a little bit longer into like 20 or 30 minutes. I don't know, 25. It depends. It'll be more like a level-based thing than anything. So if I can get through a few levels enough, then we'll be good. Also, more importantly, as to why I'm doing this as well, I have just played with my computer recording settings. So this whole time, when I would record something on my computer, I had no idea about it. I was only recording at 15 frames a second. For those of you who don't know, the average is usually typically 30. That's about as fast as your eye can process. But if it can run at something like 60, it's like, hey, this is really smooth, and it works really good. But technically your eyes can't see faster than like 30 anyway, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. But I bumped it, I figured out ways to bump it and keep it so this way it can record better, meaning I can record better quality games as well on my computer, because that was initially what I wanted to do. Is I was like, oh, I want to do this game, and I recorded it intending to LP it, and then it was like, by the way, the entire video is stuttering. So I was like, shit, I can't do it, it's not good enough. And then later I figured out it was only recording a quarter of the frames that the game was probably putting out. I don't know how many frames the game actually runs at. I'll just leave the hint at Telltale, so if anyone knows how good Telltale games are. I wouldn't say Telltale's the peak of, well, performance, but they're not terrible. So that was pretty much it. I was looking over a Telltale game, and then all of a sudden I was like, well, shit, this isn't usable at all. And then I figured out it was because frame rate. So this kind of gets to serve as a demo as well. So now this will be our test to see how the frame rate goes, how everything goes, so on and so forth. I didn't even use the cherry bomb at all, I just realized. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. You'll get to see everything, that's a promise. I'll show every single plant, period. But the idea is you plant the cherry bomb and then it goes boom in a grid. So you see how there's little boxes? There you go, boxes. It's a 3x3 square. And the walnut is your little literal wall. So the thing I really like about the game is just how creative they kind of get with some of these. It's like, it's simple, pea shooter, you know, that's a thing, that's a word pun. And then cherry bomb, there's another one, and then walnut, and you just take the word wall to it and then make it special, I guess. But yeah, I like the creativity behind it. Now, I also kind of want to point this out because I think it's funny. This right here was made by PopCap. Later, Plants vs. Zombies 2 was made by EA. And I think that's funny because I feel like you can really tell the difference in quality between PopCap themselves versus EA. And I think that they did better without EA's help, and that makes me laugh. As far as, I don't know if I'd want it. I know that there's a way where you can properly stream, quote unquote, your tablet to your computer. I feel like if I could do that, I'd probably do Plants vs. Zombies 2, but I know that there's BlueStacks and 3DS, or excuse me, tablet, Android emulation, whatever, but I don't like it because it's too fast-paced of a game to do with just a mouse. You can't go, like, I can't keep up. As for this, in comparison, this game is so much more laid back and slow. It's really good. It's really good. What are we on now? Like level 4? 4 levels, and it's only been like 10 minutes. Who knows how far we can get. I'll fill them up with at least 2 each, and then I'll start doing so. I'll demonstrate the cherry bomb. But yeah, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is super fast paced. I like some of the things they put in it, but I feel like between the two that this is the better game. There's a lot of moments in the second one where it's like, oh man, you couldn't think of anything else better, so you decided to recycle content. And then there was also the beach world, which was like the literal worst thing and most irrelevant thing in the game. It's like, hey, the message of the game is about time. What time period is a fucking beach? I'll give you a hint, it's goddamn not. So that pissed me off a lot. What else can we say? We're talking a lot about a lot of random shit. Here, let's demo this. Oh no, they've blown up! There you go. That's pretty much, that's the demo. And then we'll put a walnut down wherever I can see a guy that's strong. Actually, here's the thing I wanted to say. One time, actually, this was 5 years ago, probably, 2011. I recorded this once when I was drunk, but the weird thing is, like, my mouse, can you see it move, how great it is? What it was doing was it was stationed up here, and it didn't move while you could see the game actively clicking the sun. So it was like, yeah, I'm up here, but the game's playing itself, and it was kind of funny and weird. So there's the walnut. I feel like the walnut's weaker in this game. A shovel, it helps us dig up plants. And then they're going to be like, hey jackass, here's a tutorial on how to dig up plants. I'm Crazy Dave, but you can call me Crazy Dave. Listen, I've got a surprise for you. First, I'll need you to clear your lawn. Let the digging. Yes, yes, yes. Oh goody, now for the surprise. We're going bowling. Take these walnuts. Why'd I put a walnut in your hand? Because I'm crazy. Now go bowl me a winner. And this is what I was going to get at next, was every 5... It's weird, because I can, like, go off the screen. It's going to look funny. Every 5 levels, there's a mini-game. So that's one of those small touches that, like, they didn't put in the second one, and I don't know why. And the music is so good in this game, too. Listen. You never realize how good the music is until you miss it, and then you're like, oh man, that's such a good tune. These little red ones? Yeah, it's Explodonut. That's weird, they kept the same name. Technically, Explodonuts make a DLC, we'll call it, comeback in Plants vs. Zombies 2. Except under a drastically different design. But the idea is, it's like, oh hey, you hit it and then you bounce off. But I don't like it too much because, like, it's so hard to predict how it goes. And that annoys me because they're like, hey man, you have to hit this many. And, like, it sounds simple in words until you try it, and then it's like, oh man, I can never hit more than a single guy at a time. You could just die. Powie! It says. It's great, all those mouse motions, you can't see them. Generally though, you just don't want to blow things up because you'd rather make combos. So let's focus our attention on these mates real quick. I think maybe also my problem is, like, I just don't wait long enough, because why the fuck would I? But yeah, let's just clear some of that up real quick. Yes, brains. Can I just do this real quick? Get rid of that one, just to make a tiny bit of space. Alright, so let's do... It's not gonna matter, because see, that's gonna get up. Yeah, but see, I knew it was gonna miss. And it's like, why would it go down? I wanted it to go up. Let's see, now it goes up. So now we get to wait some more. What is there that I can say? I talked about the previous recording years ago. I talked about how Plants vs. Zombies 2 is kind of shit. Might do it, maybe. This is gonna be laid back. Talked about the A to Z. Talked about the recording differences and setups. But yeah, I would like to play... But this is the thing that trips me out, though, about that whole, like... Hey... It's been recording weird this whole time, is the fact that that means all of Castle Crashers, which, by the way, that looked really smooth. That was recorded at 15 frames a second. That's fucking trippy to think about, though. Like, that blows my mind to consider that fact. It doesn't feel like it. Like, for 15 frames a second, I'd like to think the stuff that I did with, you know, screen recording was at least semi-decent. I mean, most of it's Game Boy games, but yeah.